Good evening, students. Today's topic is dimension of a physical quantity. Let us understand what is the meaning of dimension here. In this case, dimension is defined as the power to which a fundamental physical quantity is raised in order to express another physical quantity. Means what I have just said, it is nothing but the power to which the fundamental quantities are raised. What is the meaning of it? Dimension, all of you know. Suppose someone will ask you, find out the volume of this room. Volume, we know, is a product of length, breadth and height. Length, breadth and height, if you multiply, you are going to get the volume of this room. All of you just see, all the three physical quantity, length, breadth and height, they belong to one category of fundamental quantity. Means, if you find out the volume, means you need to multiply length, breadth and height. So if someone will say, see, length, breadth and height, they belong to your fundamental quantity. This is nothing but the length. So we can say the dimension of V is given by, see, here it is L into L into L, and the dimension of V, we can say it is L to, it is the formula, so it is LQ. Means here the physical quantity, the fundamental physical quantity is your length, which is raised by power 3 in order to express this physical quantity, where volume is a derived physical quantity, and this derived physical quantity is expressed by a fundamental physical quantity raised to its power. This is the meaning of your dimension, or we can say in terms of your language, like volume can be found out, and the dimension of volume here is, means in volume length is used thrice to give the volume here. So the dimension of volume is L cube. It is the formula here. Similarly, other physical quantities we can found, but before that you must know the symbol used for the dimension of all the fundamental physical quantities. Like for mass, it is a fundamental physical quantity whose dimension is m. For length, the dimension is L. For a time, the symbol of dimension is T. Then temperature, it is K. For electric current, it is A. And for amount of substance, it is MOL, and for luminous intensity, it is CD. So these are the dimension of all the fundamental physical quantities. So we can express any other quantities in terms of this. So I will give you the process how to find out the dimension of these derived quantities. So to find out the derived quantities, you must remember, you must know the definition of that physical quantity. Suppose example, someone is asking you, find out the dimension of speed. Simple example, dimension of speed. So you must know what is the definition of speed. Speed is the distance covered by an object in 1 second. Means, that is, if in t time the distance covered by a body is d, then in unit time the distance covered is d by t. So speed is nothing but distance by time, that is d by t. Distance, it belongs to your length. Time, it belongs to this time. So the dimension is L by T. So speed we can represent, let's say S. S is equal to, the dimension of S is equal to L1 T minus 1. Yes. So this is the process to find out the dimension of a physical quantity. Let us take another example. Suppose force. So you must know the force quantitatively. You must know what is the formula for force and what is the definition of the force. See, there are two varieties of definition. One is qualitatively and the other definition is quantitative definition. So force is an agent which produces acceleration in an object. This kind of definition is called your qualitative definition. But quantitative definition gives you the idea about, means we need to write the formula. Force is given by the product of mass into acceleration produced in a body when the force is applied on it. So it is the product of mass into acceleration. So to know the dimension of force, dimensional formula for force, we can write here force, the symbol is F. F is equal to ma, and the dimension of force is nothing but the product of both the dimension of m and the dimension of a. Now the dimension of m is, we can write it is capital M, and dimension of acceleration. Acceleration is what? Acceleration is your velocity by time. Change in velocity by time. Clear? So velocity and speed, they are having equal dimension. So velocity is what? Displacement by time. Displacement belongs to your length. So speed and velocity, they must have same dimension. So if you change this d by displacement instead of distance, then the quantity will be your velocity. So for velocity, the dimension is L1 t minus 1. L1 t minus 1, and for time it is t. So the dimension of acceleration I am getting, it is L1 t minus 2. So here, now you can take this dimension of A and put it here. So which is L1 t minus 2, and which is m1. So the dimension of force is m to the power 1, L to the power 1, t to the power minus 2. So it means we can say here the dimension of m is 1, L is 1, and t is minus 2 to represent the physical quantity force. And the dimensional formula for force is this one. Clear? Now let us take another example. Let us take another example to find out the dimension of universal gravitational constant, that is your capital G. You know the formula. The gravitational attractive force between two masses is given by this formula, G into m1 m2 by r square. So means, see, while calculating or finding the dimension, you must know the formula involved. Involved here. Here G is found in this formula, so we can use this formula to calculate the dimension of G. Here G, you can write, it is nothing but F into r square by m1 m2. So which is equal to, means we can say, you can find the dimension of force already just before I have just found out the dimension, which is given by m1 L1 t minus 2, and r is what? R represents distance here, distance between these two masses. So it is most important you must know each and every term in an expression to find out a dimension of physical quantity. If the concept or the definition of these quantities involved here is changed, if you do not identify the physical quantities properly, then you won't be able to get the dimension of a physical quantity accurately. That may be a wrong one. So you must identify each and every physical quantity with accuracy. Force is given by m1 L1 t minus 2. Here r represents your distance. So distance represents your length. So power is 2. So you can write 2 divided by m1 m2. Here it is mass. So the dimension is m1. Here it is also m1 for m1 m2, m1 m1. So m square. So your dimension will be m power 1, L power 3 t power minus 2 by m power 2. Now you can write, see, every time the dimension formula is given by this square bracket. Dimension formula for g is given by m power minus 1 L power 3 t power minus 2. So this is the process to find out the dimension of a physical quantity. Now let me give you some ideas. What are the quantities that you cannot be able to find out its dimension? There are some quantities like some constants, numbers, trigonometric ratios, and exponential values, logarithmic functions. These are the quantities that are not actually, these are the things for which you cannot find out the dimension. Suppose sine theta. The dimension of sine theta is a dimensionless quantity. It's not a physical quantity, it's a value, measured value. So for any number 1, 2, or you can take pi, you can take e, these are they are constants actually. They are constants, and a constant here in this kind of constants, they do not have any dimension. So they are dimensionless quantities. Clear? Like whenever you find in an expressions like sine theta some constants, so you must think they do not have any dimensions. So there are other constants are there having dimensions. Just I have given one example here. G, it is a constant. The value of this g is constant, but it is having a dimension. Clear? Means it is a constant which is having dimension. But pi, though it is a constant, but it is not having any kind of dimension, but it is not a physical quantity. It is a physical quantity, whereas this is not a physical quantity, it is a constant. So there is a difference between these two. Now you can take another example, like say angle. Angle is a physical quantity, just like using g. Yes, angle means plane angle or solid angle, both. Angle is a physical quantity, just like your universal gravitational constant. But angle, though it's a physical quantity, it is dimensionless. Clear? Angle is a physical quantity having no dimension. Got? So these are the difference between these three. There is another quantity of this class that is called your strain. Strain is a physical quantity having no dimension. Clear? So there are different kinds of variables involved here, different kinds of constants involved here. So you remember there are some quantities, they do not have any dimensions, just like your pi, any number 1 or 5, the value of sine theta, or e to the power, let's say x, any kind of function like this, e to the power x, or logarithmic functions. These functions, they do not possess any dimensions. Clear? So this is the most important part of dimension, and in the next class we will discuss the application of your dimensions.